Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partner, My 11 Circle. Rohit Sharma won the toss and put Bangalore into bat. As far as their batting effort is concerned, there was a flurry, there was a frenzy, there was a lot of activity. Yet they've landed up at 165 despite 2 half centuries. I just do not get what has happened. There's just been a lot of flailing limbs. But with the kind of action that was happening, Michael, 165 almost seems like you look at it and go, what? Huh? How? What? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it was, they've got the runs on the board and they may defend it, but I think they're going to have to bowl and field incredibly. I don't know with this RCB team where their kind of mechanism of thought goes. I don't quite understand how Barrett can bat at 3 when you've got AB de Villiers coming in at 5. AB de Villiers faced his first ball, the first ball of the 16th over or 17th over. He had about 24 balls to make impact in the game. That can't be right. It's a very simple procedure for what I see in T20 cricket. 120 balls. And when you've got Virat Kohli, AB and Glenn Maxwell, surely you just put all 3 of them in the top 4. There's only 120 balls that you've got to split amongst 3 absolute superstars. How Barrett goes, he got 32 off 24, whatever it was, but he got 20, I think, off 4 balls because he hit 2 6s and 2 4s. So he got 12 off 20 balls, from his other 20. So I didn't quite get it. Virat showed us a little bit of his star quality at the start, and then I don't know what happened towards the end. He just couldn't carry on with his momentum. Glenn Maxwell stuck and then suddenly started to play left-handed. He was a lot better. Started whacking it to all parts. Look, they've ended up with a score that it's okay, but it could have been a lot better. Yeah. And I think they'll be sat in that dressing room thinking we should have got 190 on that pitch.
Yes, they should have. They got a 48-run power play. Right? They lost the early wicket of Devdutt Padikkal. But Joy, when we came in the comm box, we were talking about Virat in the first 10 overs. 2 chances. He gets 2 lives, right? 2 catches. Hardik Pandya, Rahul Chahar. Not supremely difficult catches. You'd rate them 7 on 10 perhaps. But, there are days when they don't stick. When you get it, a good player makes the opposition pay. We spoke about it. We thought he would. But somehow, it just really slowed down. He's got a 50, but he's finished with a strike rate of 121. And he's faced 1/3 of the deliveries. I'm sure the captain's looking at it himself and saying, geez, something went wrong towards the latter half, as Michael is pointing out.
Yeah, and absolutely. If you see Virat, classical Virat, 2015, 2016, 2017, he starts with a strike rate of 100, 120. He motors towards the end, 160, 170, really hits him. Now, the only time that Virat actually used to slow down before this was if there were lots of wickets falling at the other end. But Virat, when he falls, it's a 15th over, 5th ball of the 15th over, and it's 126. He's only the 3rd wicket to fall. So it's not as if Virat is draining himself in and not taking risks because there are wickets falling at the other end. He's got free rein. Maxi is doing well at the other end. And he suddenly, inexplicably can't seem to time the ball. I really genuinely think Maxwell took risks. I don't think Virat took any risks at all. And therefore, a strike rate which was going at about 160 and 170 comes down to 120. And that's not the Virat Kohli we know. That's just not the Virat Kohli we know.
Yeah, Michael, sorry, you wanted to add something?
No, absolutely.
I'll be honest with the RCB. I don't want to feel like I'm picking on them, but I just don't like the mental. I don't like seeing fist pumps for someone hitting a 6. In the 9th over, I'm like, what's that? You've hit a 6. That's what your job's there to do, to get the ball over the ropes. You give a fist bump and you celebrate at the end of the game when you've won. I see little celebrations at the wrong moment with the RCB team. I just don't see the mechanism of maturity. I think it looks quite an immature group that's celebrating someone hitting a 6 in the 8th over. So what? Who cares about that? That's for later on in a couple of hours' time when you start celebrating. I see some of the things in this group and I think, I'm not too sure. I think they're all almost playing as individuals rather than as a collective. That's what I see, is the individuals playing rather than a collective unit.
I think that there used to be, if you remember, Joy, and I jogged the memory back to Callis, if you remember, there was a time when, I think, did Callis make that statement saying that if you get a 50 or 40 balls, you're letting your team down? Was it him who said that? I'm maybe going way back, I think.
Yeah, I think it was him. And I think that's the thing that Callis in his first year at RCB, he was they were disastrous. But in second year, they went and reached the finals, and a lot of it was the kind of attitude that they brought to the game. And a lot of the attitude there, that's something I'm seeing out here. And I think AB de Villiers is a supremely talented player. Okay, but I don't think that dressing room has. I mean, Kohli is the obvious leader out there, and if Kohli is not doing it right, then the rest of them just don't seem to be able to support him or say, because this is a shambles of an inning. Not because 165 is a bad score, as Michael is saying. 165 is not a bad score. It's the way they ended up at 165. Somehow they just lost steam inexplicably towards the end, and Virat just lost steam in the middle.
Yeah. Should have perhaps added 100 in the back 10, considering that they went into the back 10 with just one wicket down. I think that's what we're all talking about. And that's where we're kind of reaching with it. And also, just to bring out the point that actually Virat used to bat the opposite. He used to start slow and then build as he went along. But somehow in the previous few innings, it seems to be the other way. He's starting really quick, and then the strike rate is kind of petering down. So it's quite interesting to note that pattern. I'm sure that that Deepu, in our stats guru, our stats head, our stats wizard, is going to give us some numbers on that. But let's look at the bowling. The Mumbai bowling, of course, they really did go a few places. Yeah, they were sent to a few places, which is why they're going to look at this and say, listen, we've got out of jail. We're surprised that it's only, what was it at the end of 10? 83, 82? 82 or 83, right? At the end of 10. So they'll say that if you've just given those many in the back 10, we're good. Bumrah has picked up 3 wickets, but he gave 9 and over. So not really a Bumrah kind of bank day. But look at Trent Boult there, Michael. 4 overs, 17 runs, the 1 wicket. While there was a lot of chaos happening, he's just managed to keep it really. Those are clean sheets.
Yeah, that's and when you think he bowls at the start and at the end, the hardest overs, it's a remarkable figure. 16 dots, 53 dots. I think that you want to see striking, you want to see boundaries, you want to see the 6s and the 4s, but 53 dots. That's where the 165 should have been 185 at least. They can activate 15 of those dot balls into singles, into 2s. That's where you get another 20, 25 runs. Maybe they're just always thinking about the boundary rather than just activating every ball and making sure that you're rotating the strike. Because, I mean, Trent Boult's skill levels were tremendous. I mean, bit of swing with the new ball, but it's that thought process that he has when he runs them. He's got that slower ball that he bowls. He's got the quick bouncer. He's got the Yorkers all around the crease. So he does straight Yorkers. He goes wide. He is an outstanding bowler. I reckon he makes his decision of what he's going to bowl right at the last minute. He's watching the batter, and he's seen the movement, and then he's firing in the delivery that he feels is the hardest ball to hit for that particular delivery, whatever the batter's just done. So, brilliant bowling. Jasprit Bumrah as well. He got 8 for 36, gets 3 for, but again, lots of dot balls. Near on 5 overs of dot balls. There's 28 dot balls between Boult and Bumrah. Near on 5 overs. And when you think when they're bowling, it's remarkable to have 28 dot balls between that pair.
There was, what was it, the 15th or the 16th over that Trent Boult bowled, where he just gave 2 runs away, right? There was a single in the beginning and then 4 dots and then a single. And when you have that, really sort of, it really tumbles the momentum for a team. And listen, now Bangalore may just, this may be a winning total. But the fact is, why we're saying it is because when you have a bowling attack like Mumbai, and of course, when you have them setting a target against them, when you get going against them, you have to make them pay. When they give you chances in the field, you have to make them pay. And somewhere we're feeling that Bangalore kind of have not exactly made them pay. It's still a decent total. 165 is not bad. But look at
But just go back to the last game that the RCB team batted.
Yeah.
First 10 overs, magnificent, got to 90 for 0, and then just couldn't carry on. I just wonder if those last 5 overs, again, they batted okay for 13, 14 overs, and they've just not been able to kind of do the whole 20 overs.
Yeah, you see AB, what was it, a second ball?
Against Chennai, against Mumbai.
Yeah,
you have to bat brilliantly for 20 overs against the better teams. It can't be a 12 over innings or a 30. You have to bat brilliantly for the whole 20 overs.
9 in the last 2. 9 in the last 2 overs with 3 wickets. They get 37 runs of 16, 17, and 18 when Maxi is going crazy, and then just get 9 in the last 2. So you're 156 with 18. You reckon you're going to reach at that pace? You're hitting at least 10 and over. You say, okay, 176, maybe 180 with last. No, because they're really going strong. They end up at 165. And that really makes a difference. The other thing is Bumrah's bowls keeps the Phoenix spell. So his first over, he bowls in the second over, he goes for 3. His fourth over, he goes for 16. His 17th over, he gets hammered for 13. Comes back, goes the 19th over, 6 runs to wicket. So he's started well, ended brilliantly, got slammed in the middle.
Yeah, he did. It was the thick middle. Well, let's have a look at the Mumbai batters. And the reason why we're saying that this may not be enough is because Hardik's back in the team. So that flourish that they need, that thick 5, 6, 7 they have of Pollard and the 2 Pandya brothers. So you can call them the 3 Pandya brothers or the 3 Pollard brothers. Yes, they really are. The 3 of them, thick as thieves. They're going to be there on 5, 6, and 7. But they're really looking at if they can get one of either Surya or Ishan to really fire today, Michael, then they're going to make mincemeat of this target, aren't they?
Yeah, you think so? I mean, that's a perfect T20 batting lineup. You've got everything. You've got left and right hand combinations. You've got power at the top. You've got power in the middle. And you've also got Jasprit Bumrah if needed because he found form in the UK. His batting has gone on leaps and bounds. So if they need 10 off the last over and Jasprit's walking out there,
it's
no problem.
True. Let me tell you, if it goes all the way to Jasprit, you never know. But hey, listen, Julian Goswami hit some winning runs this morning, so you never know. Right?
Exactly.
Another fast bowler whose name starts with J could happen. Well, could be prophetic from Nostradamus Michael Vaughan here. But let's just do a little prediction of our own, little crystal ball gazing. Power play. How much is Mumbai getting in the power play? Come on, guys. Come on, everybody.
41.
Come on, everybody. 41.
41.
Jeez.
51.
Bearish of you. I'm going 56 then. 56. That's what they're going to get. 56. That's what Rohit and Quinny are going to get. Well, they're going to lose 1 wicket as well. There you go. 56 for 1. Look at me. All right, we're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. It is Mumbai who is chasing 165 set by Bangalore. They desperately need these 2 points. They do. And if they get them, I think they go level with Bangalore, don't they? Yep, Bangalore on 10 points and Mumbai is on 8. So they'll go level. Bangalore will desperately want to defend this. They do have the bowlers. Remember, they made some changes today. I'm just going to show you that 11 quickly before we sign off. So you see who their bowling options are. They've got Kyle Jamieson in today. They've also got Daniel Christian in today. They've also got Shahbaz Ahmed in today. So there you go. With their bowling, there's no Nadeep Saini, but you've got the purple cap holder, who still is, Harshal Patel, Kyle Jamieson, Mohammad Shiraz, Daniel Christian, Chehel, and a little bit from Shahbaz Ahmed and Glenn Maxwell if that is required. It's a decent bowling attack. It is. It's going to be quite an interesting kind of clash in the second half, and we'll, of course, be back to talk about that. So that's all for now. Thank you to Michael Vaughan and Joy Bhattacharya. I'm Gaurav Kapur. You were watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partner, My 11 Circle. It's very polite. You wave. We should also wave. Come on, Joy. Wave. It's polite of him. Wave. Cut.